Alright, so a lot happened. Ah, yes. What timing for this incident to occur? I think it's about 7 days or something of the sort. This happens.
Link. Link. Be on your guard. Ganon's power grows. It rises to its peak under the hour of the blood moon. By its glow, the aimless spirits of monsters slain in the name of the light return to flesh. Link, please be careful.
Basically, that's there to make absolutely sure it is impossible for you to drain the entire world of all of its resources. So, yeah, enemies come back, that means weapons come back, and things like that. I'm pretty sure treasure chests don't, or something like that too. But that's the general idea. Stuff returns, and you can never kill everyone all the time. Alright, so let's go find this shrine real quick. There's a path that'll lead up to it. Main goal is go to Hitino Village. I'm not entirely sure where this route is, so I'm about to just climb it. Alright, now we have ourselves our shortcut to Kakariko. Also notice that the Divine Beasts are basically all named after mostly Ocarina of Time characters with the... Oh yeah, that's right. We never did get that again, did we? We got that in a failed recording, but never ended up picking it back up. I like this. I think it's a really cool. That's kind of what like makes certain things feel kind of sucky. Is it's like this is cool. You don't want it to break because it just looks cool. It's not that great, and I can understand why. You know, shields can kind of go without. All right. So what weapon can we toss? This easily. I don't even gotta think twice. What else was there that I wanted to mention? Oh, this one. This will teach us about secret powers. Now, I think technically speaking, we could have done this at any point. It's just now it's like really required us to do it, and that's that you can go ahead and get a reward for being good at the game and having good timing. I understand how to play the game. Thank you. There we go. Is this trying to tell me to parry? Yes. Personally, I'm not crazy about this because if you time it wrong, it's real easy for it to just break your shield. Oh, it wants me to do combat? They didn't want me to hit him. Wants me to charge. Okay. Well, it didn't bother telling me about, what do you call it? Oh, we missed Ancient Gears too because we picked that up before. Didn't teach us about reflecting. But these are all really good. If you can get them to pull them off, awesome. If not, It's alright. I don't think there's any real instance of it ever being a requirement to do anything. What can we ditch? I want to get rid of this hoe. But no, you know what? The hoe could be good for breaking rocks. Let's get rid of the spear. Alright, so any guardian technology is really, really good because it's not possible to get you struck by lightning. And they're usually considered as good weapons anyway. So yeah, guardian anything is a good sign. It's nice to have that kind of stuff, and it just looks really cool too. Alright, now from here there's also another secret right up here that I would definitely want to do. That thing right there is called a bloopy. If you shoot it, money comes out. Or hit it. So, that's pretty nice. I know this one's like always there, so sometimes you'll come across and find it. Let's try and get at least a firefly. Thank you, because I am going to need a bunch of these at some point. There's something else in Kakariko Village we haven't found yet that I'm still looking for. There's another one. Hold on, we need you. Grab that. Is there any other items hovering about? Oh, I want the fucking firefly. Fireflies are nocturnal, by the way. They disappear once it's turning day, as it is now. What time is it? Yeah, fucking Nintendo is weird with their day and night cycles. Even in Omega Ruby, the damn sunrise is at fucking 4 o'clock, and it doesn't make any damn sense to me. But, yeah, as is life. Now, right here, I want to grab all these items that are decorating the lovely area. Now this is what I mean. I guess we can try and demonstrate at least once. But there are special items which will extend your health and or stamina temporarily. And what you can do is you can use that to cheat and then full heal plus extend. So since you're using your stamina more, the extra stamina wheel is kind of worthless. But health, on the other hand, you know, you're going to be using less health, I feel. If what I'm saying makes sense. I'm explaining it in a way. I'm trying to. I want you. There you go, Hardy Rash. That's a good example too. Always use that kind of stuff. Acorns, demolish room. More acorns. Alright, nope, there's still more stuff around here, apparently. I know it might seem silly for me to do this, but trust me, it's important. Okay, I think that's everything. Now, right here... Boy. Sweet boy. Please, listen to my story. I am a great fairy, Kotera. This place was once a beautiful spring. But as time passed, fewer and fewer travelers arrived to offer me rupees. As a result, my powers abandoned me. I'm nearly powerless, so now I beg your help. I need rupees to become whole again. All I ask for is 100 rupees. Once my powers been restored, I can help you do great things, boy. Now, if you have rupees, hand them over to me, quickly. Now, if that were me, I wouldn't believe it because it sounds like a fucking scam. But she's telling the truth. Thank you. You are too kind. Oh, what a feeling, the first breath of fresh air in an eternity of decay. It's just so intoxicating. Thanks to you, I've been returned to my former glory. And as they say, one good turn deserves another. I can help you, boy. Allow me to enhance your clothing. It's the least I can do. I will need the necessary materials. The power is available to me. I should be able to hit it quite a bit. Alright, that's pretty much all it says. So this is exactly the reason I've been making sure not to get rid of anything. Because you can use things for, like, upgrades. And the hightail lizards, I'm going to need them for this. So this is really the only thing I care about upgrading. I'm probably going to sell those trousers in a minute. But that's it. Anything I refuse to use is probably going to be for an upgrade. Those blue nightshades, that beetle, upgrades. Like, it's... A lot of things require it, and now in this case, that does a nice defense increase. A bunch of stuff will, because it'll show me there's multiple levels. There's 4 great fairies. You gotta find the next great fairy to unlock the next set of upgrades. Each great fairy is, of course, gonna ask for more money as well. Each come with power up, along with eventually better abilities, since that one's climbing speed up. Most of the clothing has like a very base kind of rate, so like it's really hard to explain without getting other clothing. That doesn't get upgraded. It's really dumb. Yeah, now we got better defense. What did she want for the trousers? Because I could do it, but I just don't think it's worth it because I want to sell the trousers, but I don't want to sell the trousers until I get something else. How good is this? That's 6? No, I have 6. That's 3. Okay, so it's about the same. Basically, there are other items, other armor sets that do other abilities, and they all total up to the exact same amount of defense. And then there are certain armors that are just focused on defense with no extra benefits. That's the best way I can think to explain it to you without outright saying it. Now, there is armor inside Kakariko. I'm trying to find it so this way I can buy it, because firstly, they're also insanely expensive, so I might not even be able to buy it, but I do want to at least see it and show it. That's Impa. Shut up. Nope. Oh, there you are. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I told you to shut up. Jan is open for business every day of the year. You look at my face. You're totally my type. Hi, if I had $1. Oh, you even have a Sheikah slate on your hip. Wait. Huh? A Sheikah slate? Isn't that like an incredible thing that only incredible people can have? I'm not sure what all this means, mister, but it seems like you're a great deal more important than you appear. Are you coming on to me? Alright, this was what I was looking for. So right here, oh, what? Yes, high-end boutique by day, stealth chest guard. Yep, highly recommended while you wear it. Your footsteps are nearly soundless, perfect for hunting and stuff. Offers very little defense, small price to pay. This is like the one exception where, yeah, as you can see, the prices. So that is 500, 1200, 1200 per 6. That's 1800 total. And then this right here is just purely defense and nothing else. Which these are all 1 apiece. That's 3. Oh, that's the trousers I'm wearing now. Look at that. So technically I would only need the tunic and the hood if I wanted them. But I kind of like the doublet and the climbing gear right now because that at least offers some sort of benefits. But this stuff, this right here is a very basic set which will have the exact same upgrade potential as the climber's gear. They're the exact same base defense, so if I upgraded the trousers it would be matching up. So that's up to you. You could skip out on this pretty much initially without any problem. The stealth stuff I want, but I can't afford it right now. So when we get the opportunity, we will get it later. It will make our life a lot easier for certain stealth-based missions. That's the only thing that doesn't, like, it'll give less defense than, you know, your climber's gear will, as stated. It makes sense, but everything else is pretty much the same. which is kind of like a sad thing to have to say. Now, as of this point, we've gotten every single shrine, unintentionally, within this region. There's only one we're missing, and that's actually right over here in Kakariko. But I think we gotta do the chicken quest first in order to unlock it. And I think it actually requires a bit of stealth, too. So I'm gonna see about doing that, and I'm gonna cut commentary here for the moment and try and figure things out. Sir Link, my cuckoos, my precious cuckoos, they haven't come home yet. Now my wife wants nothing to do with me, my cuckoos are the only emotional support. Really? Thank you so much. I have 10 cuckoos total, hopefully you'll be able to find them all. And it looks like he's got 2 in here, 3 in here. And I think one of them's just right up above. Alright, now we're getting the chickens. I don't think I actually have many, like, proper city themes, so I just grabbed this one because I liked it. I already have a preset list of songs to use. I figured this would be appreciative. But the chickens, for the most part, aren't too hard. I remember some being a bit noteworthy, like the one right above him, and then the one over here on the roof. My main problem was, like, I kept going a little bit too far back of the village, so I was walking right past him. At some point, there's going to be a little bit of a jump cut, but other words, they're not too hard to find. It's maybe just because I'm a little bit more used to Ocarina of Time, so I find that one a bit easier. That one inside where the rose bushes is, you gotta do it at night, because the lady's a bitch, and she'll be like, "Oh, get off of there, I'll die!" And you really want her to die, but it prevents you from really doing the quest, so you kinda gotta make sure to do it at night. Yeah, they still got the little flying physics. You can really notice the difference between flying with a chicken versus flying with the paraglider. But, yeah. It's not too hard. Finding 7's pretty alright. I can live with that. And then apparently they go back if you try and move them and take them together. So, you can't shortcut it if you want to. You gotta do it one at a time. Oh yeah, I also found a bow at some point. That was when I was wandering around getting lost during that little cut. So I now have 1 extra bow. Is it you? Oh yeah, I got him. Knew it. Faint flapping of wings and musical chocolate clucking. Epitome of joy. Link, I'm very happy everyone's safe. Make sure. Please take over my thanks. Alright, you do have to do that at night because there's a lady who will be like, "Get off my crops!" And then she'll... That's where one of the chickens are, is by those little rose balls. These. She acts like a cunt if you do this during the day, but apparently she's not here right now. I think it's got a sign. No trespassing! And she's a bitch, I don't like her. Makes me want to step on them all that much more. Now that was 1 radish by itself. So that's the reason, what I typically do is I like to cook those things by themselves, because it's a full heal. So there's no point in wasting a bunch of hardy radishes on something that's, you know, when you can get multiple full heals for each one. That's my policy. Just so you know, I want to sell. I know how to cook. I cooked up some shit so I can sell it. That's 50 rupees, so my math was a little bit off, but that was just a guesstimate. Oh, no, that's also 50 rupees. Huh, that's weird. But, like, this was just a few 19 apples, 19 times 3, that's, like, maybe 60 total. And that was the 4. I don't know, I think I'd rather keep the 4. So, let's sell a 2. There, regardless we made a profit. Nope, that's it. I just wanted to free up some inventory space. Thank you, self-closing door. By the way, despite doing that chicken quest, we actually cannot do everything because it requires us to complete 3 quests. One of the quests we don't have the ability to do just yet, so we gotta wait until later. So I guess for now, what we want to do... Actually, let me see something. I want to see how close this is. That's all the way up there. Fine, let's go to Akala first. So I say Akala like a dumbass, but I actually mean Hatino, so I'm going there, setting the marker up right there for Hatino. And because, yet again, I typically don't follow the path, I'd rather climb over it. I just find the closest edge of the town, city, and then just climb my happy ass over. I also like being high up because it gives me a vantage point, so if there's any shrines in the distance, I can see them from above. The game kind of rubs that in your face and tells you, you know, get high up and do shit like that, even though most of them you can't see anyway. I also, for whatever reason, tried to shoot that again because I guess I didn't see the Korok floating above it, and I thought it was a totally different signpost, so I tried to shoot it again, and then nothing happened, so I was like, okay, fine, forget it. And yeah, I guess I didn't seem to notice that I was going basically backwards from whence I came. And, Hatina's pretty good, I like it a lot. Waiting for the part where we actually start getting closer to it. Yeah, gliding across here, because again, it's good. Rock deposits, always good. It's funny because I'm going to be putting this in a fun place that it might not add up. And then, always go for the towers first. Try and make sure that's always your first stop, because that'll give you the map, and even then it makes life a lot easier if you're trying to look for something. Now right here is the big old battleground thing, where there is going to be a shit ton of guardians. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but I like to run around and pick up as many ancient parts as I can because they're just loaded all over the place and it's really easy to get them without having to confront anybody. It might take a little minute, but like, there's tons of ancient parts and it's just all right here. And then beyond the gate's another nice grinding spot. It was the one I used. And when I say nice, I don't mean like it's good, I just mean it was like the one thing that I knew was consistent. Even though we're doing pretty alright with the materials. Now, there is a possibility that some of these guys can actually be alive. Like, I was quite fortunate that a lot of them weren't. But here in a second, one of them is about to come to life and try and bring out an attack on me. I'm waiting for him to show up. Yeah, right there. So I saved just in case to make absolutely sure that, like, he doesn't blast through every single one of my shields and I'm left with nothing, because that's a risk I'm not willing to take. But there are possibilities that even on the other end of the gate that you can get another dude who is alive, and, you know, when the blood moon comes around and you feel like bopping out a stationary dude, it's pretty easy. That guy's flavor text, he didn't really have anything worth to say. Right there is where I grinded off of my bee honey. So what I would do is I'd leave the area, teleport back here, and then just do that over and over again until I eventually got the bee honey. That is required for an upgrade, and it's not exactly the most fun. It looked like there was a second one. Maybe I was imagining things. I also ended up finding... I found 2 treasure chests. I ended up finding another Korok over here. The closest thing you get to, I guess, caves are going to be those little rock formations which you can blow open, which, you know, yet again, that at least feels natural and included in Zelda, so it's good that they at least kept... Hi. Wait a minute, aren't you the guy with the shrine quest? Doctor. See, I remember this one, but I remember never even knowing what it meant, and I still don't know what it means. So, like, remember when I said you can solve shrine quests even without talking to them? That's what I mean, because I still don't know what the hell shrine this is even referring to. Go away. Why are you acting like a little bitch? Oh, that's a lot of apples. During this incredibly small intermission, I do want to take the small minute to tell you that using coarser bee honey usually is for things like increasing the amount of hearts you can use. So just like one apple and some coarser bee honey can drastically improve the amount of hearts you get out of that item. Which, yes, by the way, you can attack animals like that. Let me see if there's another way I can sneak, surprise them. Yeah, it's not gonna work, that's too high. Alright, well, I guess here it is. Plan B. I think that's all. Nope, that's not. There's still a guy that's alive. I'm not a very good shot. I don't accommodate for the arc. But I got him. Now, I considered ending the part right here, but I figured with this being sped up at the rate it is, it can go past 30 minutes just a little bit. We can make this work. Now, I go ahead and I see something off in the distance here in a second after we're done clearing this camp out. Don't talk too preemptively. Yeah, right there, I noticed all that stuff, and I check it out because I figured, okay, maybe there's more guys to kill. I was a little bit confused by the TNT when I got there. Not entirely sure what it's there for, but like, there's just like there's a crate and then like a bunch of TNT, and I don't get it. So yeah, and then eventually we see a shrine off in the distance. Little to my knowledge, that shrine is basically at our destination anyway, and it's not an extra shrine that I spotted along the way. We actually don't run into like hardly anything along the way on this trip. And we end up, yeah, by the way, enemies take fall damage. So we knock that guy right off the cliff, they can die, things like that happens. It is possible, it's quite beneficial. And while talking about choo-choo jellies, I do think it's kind of noteworthy to mention that depending on how you hit them, you can actually change what kind of jellies drop out of them. So for instance, if you shoot a regular chew with a fire arrow, it'll turn it into red choo-choo jelly, which basically makes it like fire chew jelly. So you can manipulate things like that if ever you decide you need a specific thing. There are a little bit more elemental plays. You can probably piece at least one of them together yourself, but yeah, there's other ways you can manipulate things, and there's a lot of elemental play inside of this. Now during this part, I see one thing and I get distracted, and then another thing comes up and another thing comes up, and there's just so much going on, and that's kind of what I mean. This game is literally just attention deficit shiny. So a bunch of guys are showing up, there's a bunch of stuff hanging around the trees, and there's so much going on. I'm trying to stealth kill some of these guys, but like, I don't regret doing any of it, because again, getting a bunch of items and stuff like this is basically kind of your way to making money anyway. So anything you pick up is basically just money waiting to happen. Unfortunately, I ended up taking so long that eventually he ended up waking up anyway. But even though that we're on like an incline and stuff like that, I figure I'm not going to let his parts go to waste. I might as well go ahead and get him. I have noticed though that they haven't been dropping guts all that often, which I think is a little bit strange. I'm not entirely sure why that is. I guess maybe moblin guts themselves are just a rare drop or something. But we're getting more horns and fangs than we are actual guts, and I'm not entirely sure why that is. That's something I guess I should look into on my own time. Now here, I suppose, I haven't tried, but I imagine it works about the same. What you could do is probably just light a campfire, and maybe it'll light it on fire, and if that doesn't work, then maybe try shooting an arrow through the fire, because that's a thing that I'm pretty sure works. Yeah, you can be able to touch the arrow with fire, and it'll light it on fire as well. So I don't think you actually need to be able to burn this stuff. I think there's a path where you can go around it. I just said, fuck you, I'm not dealing with this. That's kind of what happens, is I burn it down. And then I end up being unlucky and Link taps the side of it like a dumbass and falls all the way down, so I gotta redo it again. And even earlier you saw me like fall down a little bit because yet again Link got a little bit too close to the edge and ended up falling down, and I get frustrated with Link. Link likes to try my patience. Even dating back to Ocarina of Time, he wants to be a difficult little boy. But yeah, you saw that there was like a little bit of room there to the left. I think you can come up it from the left. And we made it.